What's up, everybody? I'm back with another review of The Shy. Now, this episode, what was it? Episode 7, I think it was. This episode was not good. I don't want to say it wasn't good, but it wasn't really entertaining, to say the least. It seemed more of a filler episode, that they was just doing a bunch of random shit, and no plot line was really advanced aside from Keisha, the baby, Dre and Nina. I want to say that's it. And I guess Trig and Imani. So I'm just going to do the little rundown, and I'm going to start with the most boring filler scenes of the episode, and that was this weak ass sex party in Chicago. Now, I done been to a few of them, okay? I ain't ever been to one like that. I ain't ever been to one where it was dominatrix everywhere, motherfuckers walking on fours and doll costumes and the like, never seen a chick spread her tongue. That's the type of stuff you look at, you be like, she split her. That was so disgusting to me. I mean, I see where it could be cool. I can see where people would think it's cool, but that was so disgusting to me. You don't ever have to tell me you got that done, and you ain't never got to come to me thinking I would like for you to have that done, ever. But with that being said, that was so gross. When she split it, and then she manipulated it to where she could she was doing it like this, like she had power over each sections of her tongue now. But being that was just so. And then it's just like, and then it looked like it was in a big ass, it like a rave party. Like, where are y'all? Typically motherfuckers do that shit out of hotels, or like, I don't want to say Airbnbs, or like apartments. They don't be doing that shit out of they don't rent no goddamn event space for no sex party. That was just, it was too much going on. And then Emmett being the only one dressed in regular nigga clothes where everybody else, I mean, I guess the whole costume aspect, it was very Candy Barus, sex dungeon, welcome to the dungeon kind of thing. But it was such a pointless scene to me because, we seen Tiffany, slinging that rock, but again, what was the point? Like, they didn't hook up with anybody. They didn't fuck anybody. They didn't even fuck each other. I guess maybe they're going to start fucking that couple, the guy who wanted to fuck Tiffany, but I thought he was gay. And Emmett didn't even seem too interested in his wife. So I'm like, what was the point of this scene? Like, I don't know why it needs to be brought to the forefront. Kevin and Lene, I thought they were going to try to like spark some little romance going on. And it just seemed like she had a new friend who was into the things that she was into, and Kevin was looking at her like, this girl is into the things I'm into, so it's best that we try to talk to her and start a relationship with her. And that's not what Mama was feeling. Mama was like, I just thought you were cool enough to kick it. And we don't even know what type of boy she likes. She probably don't even like boys like that, because in that little cool ass arcade they had going on, she didn't seem to be interested in none of them niggas. Those seem like the type of guys she just like to hang with, but those don't seem like the type of guys she want for her. So Kevin, I guess now, after said is done and after she rejected his ass, he's like, well, I'm going to try to make myself that guy. I'm going to try to not come across, and Kevin don't even come across as corny to me. Like, he just comes across as just like an average boy, not lame, not like, obviously, like, not swagged out, not like super popular, not like super cool, but he just seemed like an average boy from Chicago. Just like she seems like an average girl from Chicago. I mean, like, the things that she says the way she feels Kevin appears to her, I feel like she appears to me. Like, girl, you ain't no hot box. You a average looking girl with I don't want to do this little girl like that. So I'm not going to do it. But, I don't know. She just got higher standards for herself. And, that's cool as long as you can actually, obtain those higher standards. Like, a lot of people be feeling like they need to be with this, that, and the third. This person got to be this, that, and the third. And it's like, yeah, they're all those things, and they're not interested in you. So, yeah, but Kevin, he went home. He seen the boys at the arcade had like dye in their hair. So he's like, I'm about to dye my hair blue. I'm about to be walking around here looking like a Ultra Super Saiyan, and she gonna give me the draws. That shit was boring. So Tiff, Emmett, Kevin, Lene, that was all boring. Trig, he reaches out to Duda for some more help because he realized that he cannot do it himself. And it's like, I don't know. To me, this is bad writing because I don't know, how anybody could think that they could secure and police a whole neighborhood. It's one thing to try to, I would say maybe a block is obtainable because Debo was policing the fuck out of that block on Friday. But 4 blocks and then a whole neighborhood, I don't know how just Trig, Imani, Tracy, and that fat nigga with the braid ponytails, I don't know how they thought they were gonna be able to do that on their own. It just didn't make sense. Like, y'all are just a couple people. Oh, and Dre also, y'all are just a couple people, and it seems to me that only one of y'all are going out in the field, and that's Trig, and sometimes the fat nigga with the braided ponytails. So it's like, and y'all haven't even really seen no real shit. Y'all been dealing with this stupid ass couple, Vic Mensa and this OnlyFans chick, for a little bit. And I'm just like, why is this even still in the episode? I guess because Vic Mensa signed on to do like a couple episodes, so they had to find a way to use him. But I'm like, look, I'm not about to keep coming back to this house because y'all can't fucking get along. I'll order y'all to break up because this is ridiculous. And then all of a sudden she got her big bad brother into the mix, instigating shit, telling him to go fuck him up instead of just being like, just get this nigga the fuck out of my house. I don't want to see him anymore. Telling him like he got a gun and everything. So is that what you want, bitch? You want him to kill your boyfriend? Like, are you for real? And then it didn't even happen that way. She ended up losing her brother, and that was her own fucking fault. I don't understand why people stay in these toxic ass relationships where things are getting violent. It should be the moment that you get slapped, the moment that you have to slap somebody should be an indication that y'all do not need to be together anymore. I don't want to get hit, period. Like, yes, I will hit a motherfucker, but I don't want to get hit, So I will try not to hit your ass because I do not want to get hit back. Especially in the case of a woman where men hit them harder. It's like, why would you even want to be in a situation where you're constantly fighting with this nigga and your little sister is in the house and she can't fucking take it anymore? I don't understand how Dre was being there counseling and was like, maybe it's best y'all just separate and give each other some space and some time to grow and then try it again later, since it's not working any other fucking way. And it's like, bitch, you with this nigga and he don't even have a job. I don't know why y'all just can't. Look, it's fine to fuck niggas who ain't got jobs. Dating them and having them in your house as a squatter, as a grown ass kid, no. Fuck that nigga and tell him to get and when it's all over, get up and leave, like Beyonce said. Don't be having these niggas stay in y'all house if all they got is dick to provide. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? There's plenty of niggas who got jobs. Like, although they might not be paying much, they do have them. At least they can put money towards some McDonald's. This nigga, we don't know what the fuck he putting money towards. It seemed like she providing that whole shelter off the strength of her OnlyFans money. So it's like, I wouldn't even be signing up for that stress. Like, dude, I'm not about to be arguing with you. You ain't paying nothing. Motherfuckers who ain't putting nothing towards the bill can't put mouth to no fucking problems. My opinion. But shit was dumb. I didn't know why that storyline was really progressing to this point. But Trig that situation finally showed him, like, dude, you can't do it all yourself. And it shows you that police really do go through a lot. And it's only so much they can do. They can come by and try to talk and have them go away. But you invite them back the next day. So it's like, how many times do you expect us to do this? Unfortunately, that's how it has to play out. Something drastic has to happen for them to decide, I ain't fucking with you no more. So Vic Mensa's character then killed her brother. I'm assuming he's gonna run off because he don't want to be turned in. She may not turn him in, I don't know, but that probably was the cataclysmic event to end that situation. And Trigg is like, this probably was a mistake. I'm pretty sure he didn't see niggas die. He didn't probably kill niggas and shit. He didn't lost niggas to gun violence. It wasn't his first go round, but that was probably like a little bit too much for him. As far as like the whole trap house situation, I was thinking from the beginning, like, why are we forcing all these women to move out? Clearly, well, I don't want to say clearly, them motherfuckers on bunk beds. And even in that situation, like when I look at these sex traffic rings and how you got all these black dudes and like a few white people, like, but even then, like, why, as a black man, would you work with a white person to enslave and prostitute another black person? Like, the history of slavery don't mean nothing to you? It kills me how we can be enslaved for, 439 years, then have to suffer through Jim Crow, then have to continue to go through all the bullshit that we continue to go through, and you turn around and reenact that same bondage, that same enslaving people, and do it again in 2021. That is crazy. And then working with a white bitch, working with white people, weirdo white, like, why would you? It's some sick people in this world. Because, like Nook, like, he's a sick motherfucker that people don't even know is a sick motherfucker. He's that sick ass motherfucker who be coming to the bars and the clubs and shit, shaking up with you, having drinks, partying, whoop-de-woo, and then he going back to his trap house where he has women and fucking slaved, prostituting them. That is crazy. And it's like, man, I wouldn't want nothing to do with somebody, like, I'm going deeper, but it's like when people, back in the day when you had all this teen gun violence, like people in high school killing other people in high school, and then they still got friends. Why the fuck are you friends with somebody who's a fucking murderer? Like, I don't have nothing to say to you. Don't talk to me. We don't know each other anymore. Because you might be trying to kill my ass for the dumbest reason. And most likely what you killed somebody for was over a dumb reason. So no, motherfucker, you a murderer. I understand killing ants and bugs and spiders and shit and not thinking anything of it, but you killed a person and you trying to live your life like it's golden. Fuck that. They went to the brothel. It is a brothel, trap house, whatever. And of course, the women were all upset because it's like, dude, you kicking us out. We about to be homeless. Them homeless shelters don't be where it's at. Like, for real. You got to check in, check out. And if you don't, they give up your spot. So it's like, how the fuck we gonna deal with that shit, find somewhere to work? A lot of those women don't work. A lot of those women have been, enslaved since they were fucking kids. They ain't graduated. They ain't got a GED. They don't have like any of that shit to go out and go get a job. So they're gonna go back to doing what they know, which is out here prostituting themselves at somebody else's trap house. So it's like, it was dumb to think that you could just, save them and then release them back into the wild. Homegirl was right when saying Imani was on her light-skinned activist shit. Like, bitch, you're being dumb. And then when Trigg asked her what the fuck they was gonna do, she was like, I don't know. And is it just me or Imani's wigs be like super, super cheap? Like, they be looking cheap and fake. I didn't like that, but I did like the fact that when they finally decided that they were going to let the women stay in the house and they were just going to fix it up, which made the most sense. And Duda, he was just, it's the right thing to do. I'm not sure if Duda's the moral fucking character of the show, but I think he was just happy that situation was over when they could leave him the fuck alone about it. Now, Keisha and this baby. She took her baby back. She named him Ronnie, which was great because Ronnie saved her after having a bout of PTSD that she still hasn't gotten over. Nina came in there and asked her, what you gonna do when he starts looking like his father? And she was like, she deflected with, do you love me? And was like, that's all that matters. Like, yes, but Keisha, you're not looking at the big picture. You are just thinking about the baby looking like an elbow right now. But like she said, and children most like end up looking more like their fathers than their mother. Like, out of all the people I know, they, like, for instance, my sister looks just like her father. I look like mine, unfortunately. I hate it. My brother looks like his. Um, my nephew looks just like his father. And then my nieces look like theirs. It's very seldom that the kids come out looking like their mothers. So more than likely, he's going to come out looking like his father. And that's going to, if she gets over PTSD, that's going to bring it back. That's going to reignite it. And a lot of women, rape victims, end up abusing their children because they hate seeing that image of the man who violated them. And that bitch, like I was just talking about, he enslaved her, bonded, had her ass in bondage, was fucking her. So it's crazy. So she's not thinking about that right now. She's just thinking, for whatever reason, she is just so fucking maternal. She's not thinking about her future whatsoever. And I really want them to reel that shit in. Like, girl, you have so much to live for. Like, and this isn't it. And Octavia would have given Ronnie Jr. an amazing home, an amazing life. And if I'm not mistaken, the adoption was open. So Octavia would not have iced her out to where she couldn't see him anymore, even though that probably would have been for the best, to where she can actually focus on herself and get her life on track. But I don't know. It was a mess. But speaking of Nina, her ass is some deep doo-doo. And Emmett smelled it on her because he was also in that same doo-doo several times over. He still smelled like that doo-doo. And, her ass, who you been talking to? Like, nobody. I ain't talked to nobody, but I know you should just come clean because you did something. And, Nina, she was living with that guilt, getting some of that brat tat tat tat. And her ass lost it a little bit. But, she told Jada that she felt like they were having an affair. It wasn't really an honest conversation, I felt like. I felt like it should have been more like, you could have just said something. Why didn't you just say anything, Nina? You could have just asked me, woman to woman. Why didn't you do it? You could have asked both of us, why did you do this? It wasn't, I don't know. I guess in that moment, Jada wasn't trying to, appear like she was casting judgment, but those were real questions. If you have come across a question, you should ask it. And she didn't. She just acted on it. And it just shows me how weak she is. Like, if you feel like something's going on, instead of fucking handling it, you're about to go fuck somebody else. Those are the people you need to stay away from in relationships. People who can't act under pressure when things get tough, even finances and shit. Things start going wrong, all of a sudden they want to leave your ass. Things start to go wrong, all of a sudden they just crack. Like, you need somebody. If you're strong, you need to be with somebody just as strong, because when you finally fall apart, they're gonna pick your pieces up and put you back together. Vice versa. It can't be things is going wrong and I gotta go, or I gotta go do something stupid because I can't handle it. No, that's not how life works. But she finally told Dre about the brat. I don't remember what her character's name was. And Dre had a real insecure Lawrence performance. She didn't kick the table over. She ain't leave. She just bust out crying like no. Because that got a sting. Like, I've been sitting up here running around trying to get your kids together, particularly your badass depressed son, and you out here fucking somebody else. The nerve. But anyway, I've rambled long enough. I appreciate each and every one of you who watch. Appreciate each and every one of you who like the videos, and I really appreciate the engagement in the comments. That means so much to me. When y'all comment and we discuss and say our opinions and shit like that, that means a lot to me. So let's keep that going. I'm going to exercise. I got the air on because I hate exercising when it's hot. It makes me not want to do it. I'm going to hop in the shower and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day, as I want you all to as well. So y'all have a great one.